There's a question that was asked by one of our audience. At what age can we teach our children sex education? Rightful age for teaching sex education. Okay, so let's address that issue. What age do you think we can teach our children sex education? There is no rightful age to start. The main thing is start very early. Start at an early age. The society we live in, if you don't start early, will teach these children what you've not taught them. So as early as before 2 years old, start teaching them sex education. The society we live in today, most persons lack good morals. So we hear a report of rape. You see a 2 years old being raped, a 3 years old, 4, 5 years old being raped. So it is important that we send this signal alert to these young children to understand what the world can offer them and what is entailed out there in the world. So start very early. Start before the age of 2. Start before the age where you send your children to school. Today you go to schools, you go to their play group, you find out that there are children below the age of 2 that are there in their play group. If you are sending your child early to these areas or sending them to school at a very early age, make sure that you equip them. Don't think they don't understand. At age 1, start telling them repetitively every day about sex education. So when you start telling them, they'll become aware of it, even if they are young. Where do you start from? That's another thing we have to look at. Start from telling them their body parts. The mistake some parents make or some caregivers make is not using the biological name for these body parts. Some use nickname. No. As a parent, as a caregiver, as a teacher, don't start teaching children sex education, their body part, by using nicknames. Use the appropriate name, biological appropriate name. If it's breast, tell them breast. If it's their buttocks, tell them their buttocks. If it is their thighs, tell them thighs. If it's the vulva, tell them vulva. Don't start using nicknames. That's the problem we are having. If you use nickname, they will not understand. They are still young. So start by using the appropriate name and start telling them. So one thing you have to do for these young individuals is start by telling them their body parts from head to toe and use the function of each body part. You want to talk about the head, talk about the function, the eye, whichever body parts you pick, tell them the function of this body part. That way, when they get to this intimate body part, they understand the function. Another thing is, at every age, at every given time, there is adequate information to dish out. You can dish out information to a 2 years old, but there are some restrictions. There are things you will not tell the child. As the child grows up, you tell the child these things. But the little you can dish out, dish out. The other thing is, as a parent, make research. What is it that my 2 years old can comprehend? What is it that my 3 years old can comprehend? Don't just pour out everything you know to the child. In as much as we teach them sex education, start small, gradually. If they have understood their body parts and its function, tell them boundaries on these body parts. Your breast, your buttocks, your vulva, don't allow people to touch it. They are your intimate body parts. They are for you. You know, let them know that even if they are family members who want to touch these intimate body parts, most especially the private parts, even if they are family members, tell them, say no. Don't touch me randomly like that. They should sound alarm. Teach them to sound alarm when they sense danger, when they see that something is not going right. Okay, when you teach them all of this, they will know when they are in danger. They will know when they are not in danger. Remember that as a caregiver, you have the duty to give them a lot of information. You have a duty to teach them at an early age. Don't allow the world to teach them. So before you send these children off to school at a very tender age, start equipping them. Don't look at them as very young. That's a mistake we make. He or she is just 2 years. She will not understand. He will not understand. They do understand. I have a 2 years old niece. If you repetitively tell her something, this thing don't do it. Before you tell her 3 times, she will stop doing that thing. Why? Because you are telling her repetitively. But to some persons, they think they are very small. At a time when she was 2, or before she clocked 2, you tell her, say thank you. Initially, she does not understand. Initially, she wouldn't. She can't say, I'm sorry or thank you. But as you repetitively say it and frown at it and say thank you, say thank, before you know it, she starts saying it. And now it's part of her life. So don't think they are very small. She will not understand. He will not understand. They will understand. Teach them sex education. Start from their body parts. Set boundaries on areas they will tell people not to touch. Okay? Dish out the right information at every particular age. That will help them to build themselves at a very young age. So we have been able to address that question. What is the rightful age to start teaching your children sex education? No stipulated time, no time frame that is stipulated, but start very early. Very early will help you to have an open discussion as they grow. It will put you at an edge to be able to have this discussion with them. The society we live in look at sex education as a taboo, but if you start early, they will understand, and it will not be an awkward discussion when you bring up this discussion or when you bring up this issue. They will be the one to even ask you some of these questions. So start very early. Hope I was able to address this question. What is that issue you want us to discuss? Comment below the comment box. We'll come up here to address those questions as much as we can. Okay? If there are some we cannot answer and we need professionals on that field to answer these questions, we will get them across and they will be able to address these questions. This is Class Online School, where we discuss educational stuff, things that affect our family, our young ones, and things that helps us to build our to you and build our family. We run the Nigerian curriculum from JS1 to SS3, business corner and counseling corners. So come along as we discuss more issues on this channel. Are you subscribed? Please subscribe. If you have not subscribed, subscribe. Like the video, share the videos to those you think will enjoy it. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you in our next